Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. The stock market is open, so you already know we are buying some stocks. We are adding assets to the portfolio. We have a bunch of new news today, and you wouldn't believe it, but I added another $1,000 to this account because we are on turbocharge to get ourselves that $1,000 a month in passive dividend income, which will someday translate into paying my mortgage. I think I could do it within the next 5 to 10 years. I'm going to showcase it here, and we are stacking assets every single week. Pretty mute day today at 0.3% up right now. Buying power 10,904. And as always, showing the proof. There you go. I transferred $1,000 from my brokerage into my joint account with my wife and then straight into this dividend account. So there's $1,000 added there. We do have one new dividend that's pending, and that is Maine for $6.22. Stag will come in the next 4 days. And we have some new news on the horizon. We also did receive our BITO payment for $363. So it's nice to see that hit the account. So we are ready to buy some stocks, stack the passive income, and move on to some new news. So first things first, let's take a look at what we got going on in the account. We have the Clean Spark calls. We did end up getting assigned on those. I'm just going to keep selling probably 0.1 deltas until we get closer to the cost basis there. Collect a little bit of dividends. In a few days, I'm going to make $10 here. I'll let those expire worthless. And then next week, hopefully we can get a little bit of movement on Bitcoin so we can sell some more calls there. No worries there, though. You can see XDTE and QDTE are starting to stack almost to 140 shares, and then rdte at 59 shares. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to buy some assets, but first and foremost, I want to take a look at some of the news that came out. Let's take a look. Let me just jump over here. First thing, we already probably are, I posted this yesterday in the comments, but if you missed it, the weekly distribution is out for QDTE and XDTE. Ex-dividend date is today on 9/12. So you probably needed to get the purchase in yesterday. 0.445 per share on QDTE, which is up from 0.329, which is a really nice increase. I saw some forecasts that were looking really low, so this is a nice surprise. Love seeing it back in the 40-cent range, definitely above the average, so that's good to go there. XDTE, a nice solid 33.4 cents per share, up from 31.1 cents last week, which is a nice look as well. So that is the news for QDTE and XDTE. And on that same front, it looks like YieldMax has listened. I just reposted this morning. They are coming out with weekly distributions. We talked about it, but now they actually have some meat for us to look at, right? So what did they do? Well, they broke it down, and what they wanted to do is they're not necessarily paying weekly on every single fund, but what they did do is they grouped it into group A, B, C, D. They took all their ETFs, and they want you to get paid out every single week. So if you were to own all of them, you would get paid out every single week. Conversely, if you own Ymax and Ymag, you will get paid every single week. Why? Well, because Ymax owns pretty much all the YieldMax stuff, or a majority of it. And then Ymag obviously is on the Magnificent Seven. So for me, I own my Ymax, so now I'm going to be getting weekly payments. You can see here payment date on 9/20, 9/27, 10/4, 10/11, 10/18. This is absolutely huge. Why? Because the compounding effect gets even faster. Just like what we love with QDTE, rdte, and XDTE, we will now see with Ymax and Ymag. So my strategy may change a little bit. Why? Because now I can compound this even faster. I can start stacking this. So we're going to maybe put a little bit more money into it today. Again, the ex-dividend date for this one is going to be 9/19. So that's going to be for next week. So if I stack a little bit today, we are looking good to go for next week. And I'm probably actually going to turn drip on now and let this sucker just start ripping. So that's where we're sitting with the news there. You can see these groups, screenshot this, or check out their Twitter page is where they shared it, or I should say X, I guess. And it's kind of cool to see. So every 4 weeks, for the most part, if you just own the single stuff, but if you own those two, you are going to be getting paid out weekly. So not too bad. And you can probably see just from the dates looking at it, but every single Friday is when the paycheck's going to come in. So it'll be that weekly paycheck. So now I'm going to get a weekly paycheck of QDTE, rdte, XDTE, and Ymax, which is pretty sweet. That's 4 paychecks a week, every single week, 52 weeks a year, and I don't have to do any work for it. So pretty stoked about that. Huge news. And it'll be exciting to see what the dividends come in at, how much they come in at, and what the payouts are going to be. So that being said, I do want to jump into the spreadsheet real quick, just because we did have some updates. We obviously did get paid a little bit on QDTE and rdte. We also have that payment coming in. So we are up to $822 for the month. Not too bad on the dividend income front. But what I really wanted to celebrate is my goal this year was to make $4,000 in passive dividend income. We surpassed the $4,000 mark. If you look at September of last year, we were at $143, $822, and we're just ramping up. We still have a couple of QDTE and XDTE payments that are going to be coming in. We have Friday. I'm going to be getting payments on both of those. And then we have 2 more Fridays after that. So we have 3 more paychecks that are going to be coming in the month of September from both of those assets. And I think we might get rdte at the end of the month as well. So we have a lot of paychecks still coming. We do have some gaps in here, which means more paychecks are coming in terms of the dividends. Glad should be coming in. SCHD should be coming, or let's see. SHD should be coming in as well. That's a quarterly dividend payer. VTI should be coming in as well. And Ymax, as we saw, will be coming in on the weekly basis. So we'll probably get 2 more payments of that. So I think $1,000 is pretty much guaranteed at this moment. But really love to see this start to stack up. Love to see the momentum build. So let's get back to it. Let's buy some assets. Like I said, I transferred another $1,000 into the account. I'm stoked about it. I'm building this sucker, and I'm ready to take it to the moon. So let's do it. BITO, we received over $300 worth of dividends. I want to come in here and give this a little bit of love. We're coming in here, and we're buying $100. We're going to stack 5 more shares of BITO. We're going to get that going for next month. I want this sucker to $400 a month. It would be a nice little paycheck. So we're going to be adding to that. Next thing I'm going to be adding to, a little bit of this. I'm taking $100 of that BITO and I'm adding it to my forever SCHD. This is a growth play. Not a huge dividend payer, but I love SCHD. We're going to keep stacking that asset. So that's $200 we just spent right there. But like I said, we made $360 yesterday, $363 yesterday in dividends, and we transferred a new $1,000. So we got plenty of meat on the bones. Another one I'm doing is a little bit of VTI, $100 there. So that is $300 that we have spent so far. We still have a lot. I will continue to add more shares, but I do want to spread out the love. So what are we doing? rdte, you already know it, $100 here. Oh, I got to buy 2 whole shares. All right, whatever, 84. So that's $385. Not too bad. Next one on the docket is going to be, where are you? Ymax. You already knew it was coming. I want to stack this position a little bit. I'm down 5% on the position, but I want to see how this sucker goes because we are going to turn it on drip and we are going to start snowballing this thing. So we're coming in here. We're buying $500. We're stacking it up. 28 shares. 28.9 shares. That's going to bring our cost down significantly. We now have 30, oh, there we go. I was like, why is this not updated? We now have 66.34 shares, average cost at $19.84. That's nice. And, or $17.84, I'm sorry. So not too far down on that. And 2.6% of the portfolio. Let's see how this sucker stacks, and let's continue to watch it. So those are those purchases, and you know I have to do it. Yes, I'm gonna miss the payout for this week, but next week we'll catch it, so I'm not too worried about it. We're doing XT. We're coming in here, and we're gonna be buying $100, 1.96 shares, and that brings us to 136 shares. $7,000 worth of market value. We're down 2.21% on the position, but let's remember we've received a bunch of dividends on this, right? So XDTE, we've received I think $172 worth of dividends, and that's not including what's coming this Friday. So we're up. Total return on this position is up. So another 100 there. QDTE, I'm actually going to stack this one a little bit higher. We're going to do 200 here. We're going to buy 4.88%. This one is lagging a little bit, so not too bad. But that right there, we just spent about $1,200. We just stacked a bunch of assets. We just increased our forward income by a significant amount. That's the thing I love about selling options in my big account. I generate income there. I transfer money into here. I put it into my forever funds. I don't think about them again, and I get paid now every single week. I love it. We're stacking. The snowball is building. The account is building. If you're new here, we started this account last year with $0. I built this account from zero. Every single week, I've shared a video. I've showed my purchases. I've showed every single dividend that's ever hit the account. Almost $5,000 worth of dividend income we made since we built this account last February or so. And we're looking pretty good. So all time, we're still up 6.27%. Again, this is not a huge growth account. This is for passive income. I have plenty of growth accounts. This account, I have to stress it because some people don't know, it is a high dividend yield portfolio. My whole purpose in this account is to get this to the point where I could pay my mortgage every single month without lifting a finger. And I'm gonna show you how to do it, and I'm gonna do it here live every single week. So we're up 6.24% or 25%. As Bitcoin continues to rally, a lot of these stocks are gonna continue to go up as well. And I'm a heavy Bitcoin player because I think in 2025, the momentum is there. So some people say you never zoom out and show the all-time. Well, there's the all-time for you. Don't really care about it. All I care about is a passive income number because that is the goal that I'm trying to achieve with this particular account. Lots of buying power left. rdte on deck coming up for the dividends, and we have lots of movement in the account. Thank you, everybody, as always, for tuning in. Are you buying any of these stocks? Are you stacking up on Ymax or Ymag now that it's weekly paying? Are you using drip? I'm curious what everybody else is doing. Don't forget to share below. Don't forget to drop a like. Thank you, everybody. Happy investing, and we will catch you next time.